Alright, but I don't know for what reason YouTube was giving me like an error message. I don't know why. Very weird. Holy shit, there's like 3 of them open actually right now. That's insane. But anyway, we're gonna be live trading the market today, paper trading. Oh shit, here we go. So we're gonna try to find a play. So recently, from what I've been looking at here, okay, we're live. Just had to make sure. We'll probably be on S&P 500. I seen that we have a liquidity sweep here. I was quickly looking before I hopped on just to see if I could catch anything. We peaked here. Yeah, liquidity sweep here. I know we were looking at this one yesterday. Here's a liquidity sweep. And it actually played out. It actually went up. What was it? Actually ripped up like very, very good. So here's our 1 hour chart. Let's go look at our 15 minutes. See if we could find a. So we're looking at short again, basically. So we are looking to short this liquidity sweep. It's going to be on the downside. It's going to fall. So we're probably going to target London session lows. And we'll see if we break out of London session high first. Cool. We'll look for a fair value gap, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna leave this purple. So here's our liquidity sweep. And London session high, London session low. We're gonna look for a fair value gap. For example, like here. We'll just do a quick couple just to get warmed up. So got here. And then we also got one here. Right? And I just dipped into it. So now I'm gonna look for, well, this is like London session, so this don't even really count. But just for the time being, just for practice, we did dip into it, and it should be dipping down from here. I would start looking for a short. So boom, it dipped in right here. It didn't quite break structure. Went to the upside, didn't break structure, it still didn't break structure. So we're still waiting for it to break structure, and then we'd probably get our trade in. But yeah, after that we'd probably be targeting previous lows. So here, London session low. If this was in New York Stock Exchange, obviously, time. So, all right, let's wait and we'll wait for the market to open, and we will see what happens. Should be soon. In the meantime, we do got TJR's video today, bootcamp day 19. How to read news data.
All right. What's good? Welcome to boot camp. I'm just gonna stop saying the days because I don't know where we're at. I think we're getting close to 3 weeks, so hopefully you guys have been powering through. Kind of crazy. I've been uploading every single day for 3 weeks. Seems insane. There's been some days where we've literally uploaded 2 videos a day. It's really motivating. Want to keep it up. We're almost a month into this, and we're working slow and steady. All right. We're getting to where we need to be. We're slowly, we're almost done with the building blocks. We're almost getting into strategy. Probably by the end of the month, we'll be done. We'll be done with the building blocks, and we'll have the strategy locked down. But today is not about trading. Today is about kind of like psychology, or it's sort of about trading. But since we had CPI news data today, I figured today is one of the best days for us to talk about news in the market and, you know, what types of news you shouldn't trade, why you should be patient with news. And I was actually just on a Zoom call with my Discord, and it actually made me rage seeing how many people traded during CPI and before CPI and wanted to trade after CPI. So I figured, let's make this the video for today. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about news in the market. Okay.
Keep going. This is totally worth it. I agree with you, bro. I really think it is worth it. That's why I want to continue doing it and why I've stayed as consistent as I have so far. Even though I did have a couple of days or a couple periods of time where I skipped 3 or 4 days at a time, I'm still willing to put time into it.
First of all, this is going to be who knows how long, but I'm going to try and cover everything about news possible in this video. So hopefully we don't have to cover it again. And I'm going to try and drill this into your guys' skull about this shit. So first of all, where do I get my news from? It is called Forex Factory, okay? So I literally just go forexfactory.com. And when you come on here, initially, it'll look like this. Let's put all these things on here. It'll look like this. And this is a lot to take in, okay? So the way that I like to do it is, I know that these yellow folders, these are just random stupid news events that happen day in and day out that don't really affect the market. That's why they're yellow, okay? So I get rid of those. I leave the gray folders because those announce like bank holidays and days where there aren't trading days. So I get rid of the yellow folders, and then I also get rid of all the currencies that I don't trade. So do I trade AUD USD or any AUD pair? No. Do I trade any Canadian dollar pair? Nope. Do I trade any CHF pair? No. Do I trade any Chinese yen pair? No. Do I trade any European pair? Nope. Do I trade a GBP, a Great British Pound pair? Yes, I do. I trade GBP USD and GBP JPY. Cool. Do I trade a JPY pair? Yes, I trade GBP JPY. Cool. Do I trade NZD? No, I do not. Do I trade a USD pair? Yes, I trade GBP USD, I trade gold, and then I also trade the S&P 500. Your S&P 500 news events will be covered by USD, okay? And then from there, I hit apply filter, and boom, much prettier, knocks it down to what we need to focus on, okay? As you can see, it labels what currencies the news is for right in here, okay? So from there, right, we filtered it down, okay? Now let's talk about what news we should try and avoid. Most of the time, if there is a red news folder, no matter what, I will always wait until the news comes out, which you can see what time it comes out right here. And the nice thing about this is it gets set up to, like, it automatically like connects to whatever time zone you're on. So it'll say it in your time zone. So today we had CPI. As you can see, red folder, red folder, red folder. We also have 2 red folders on GBP. Overall, just a terrible probability day to trade, right? We have 3 red folders. We know that CPI news data causes havoc in the market, right? If we look,
I want to look at something real quick. I'm really worried about yesterday. Oh fuck! Of course it won't let me go that far. Let's see, maybe the 5-minute will let me go that far. Yeah, it will. So in this case, what about here? We'll look at fair value gaps as well. So if it's like a short position, and it closes in it. So let's say we were looking for a fair value gap to the upside, right? It would have never reached this. That would have never gotten into that. That's how we would have called that trade. Or here. Which here it would have. Here it would have dipped into it and we would have. You see? Here it would have dipped into it and we would have taken a call. Even though I was looking for shorts yesterday, it wouldn't have made sense. Okay, I think I know. Alright, I think I have a lot better of an understanding now of how to do this. So let's say we got a downtrend. We have a downtrend. And then we get a candle in. And it should go down. Okay. You know what I'm gonna look for now. Let's just wait for this market to open. We got 4 more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna make another drawing for myself. As far as the other fair value gap goes. This is an uptrend. Okay. Let's wait for this market to open. So we are looking, just to clarify, we are looking for liquidity swept, liquidity swept. Liquidity was swept. We're looking for shorts again. Yeah, we're looking for shorts. Yeah, we're looking for shorts. So, short. Here's our peak. Boom. Yeah, we gotta look for shorts. Shorts is the plan here. So now that we have our liquidity sweep, that's one part of the trade. Now we need a fair value gap. And then 3, break of structure. So we have our liquidity sweep clearly right here on the higher time frame. Even on the 15-minute. Let's see, boom, liquidity sweep. Now, here's the 5-minute. We'll be looking at the 1-minute mostly. We need to find a fair value gap to the downside because we are shorting. So for example, let's see this one. So let's say we're shorting, right? Boom. This cleared in. If this is what we're looking for, obviously this is a different setup. This is just a quick. Oh, son of a bitch, I just fucking deleted the whole thing again. Yep, man, it's all fucked up. That's amazing. Right at market open too. Fucking bullshit, dude. I hate how they have that. I don't know why that's a thing where you could just click on it and delete it. So we missed our first candle of the day. Hold on. London's gonna be 8. That shit's so aggravating. And this will be, I think, 1 to 9. Alright, here's our session, New York. First candlestick of the day. So, we're looking for a fair value gap to the downside. So look, already first thing we're in basically at London session high. You see that? It already fucking tapped it. Now we are looking for that fair value gap. Let's see what happens. Futures. Do you trade futures? This is the S&P 500. Yeah, we do trade futures, yeah. Let's see what happens. So, yeah, already first thing it popped out of London session's high. So we're targeting London session low or previous lows. So let's just try to get these put out here. We'll put these as dark red because that's going to be our targets. And also, I guess we could put one here. Just to see if it... Here's a low, here's a low, here's a low. Also, what other lows could we target? This one. MCL1 uptrending right now. Let's see what this is. MCL1. Buy stop right now. Buy stop right now? What are you talking about? Like you're in a trade right now? You just got into a trade? Let's see what happens. We don't got really too much going on because the market did just open. It's what, 4 minutes into the market being open. Been in it since last night. Just started to trend up. Really? Damn. Are you doing like day trades or are you doing like... Okay. baby uptrend. It already popped out. Intraday. Okay. Fuck, why did I move this? Shit. That shit pisses me off, bro. Here's this. I don't even know if we need that shit anyway. I don't know where this came from. Maybe it was right here. Pretty sure that's where it was, because it's our liquidity sweep right here. Dude, my fucking dog is like crying like a motherfucker right now. I'm gonna go upstairs and whoop his ass. Oh shit, here we go. Here we go, here we go. I can't miss a trade. I don't want to go run upstairs. My dog's gonna probably have his toy under the table or something, be crying, and then I'm gonna miss a trade. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on that. Let's see if we could get a fair value gap on the downside. We need a bigger red candle than that. What? Alright, this dude's tweaking out. I'm gonna be right back. Let's see what this chart does. I knew it. Well, my dog was squeaking because he had a toy and he threw it under the treadmill. And he was squeaking because he couldn't get the toy out of the treadmill. Ay, ay, ay. I guess nothing really crazy happened, so we didn't miss out on too much. Let's see what happens though. We're already shooting down. I don't know if we're gonna hit London session low. I don't know if we could really even use... I don't think we can use London session to find plays, because if we're looking at like a downtrend here, the first candle into New York session did smack it, so we start shorting immediately here, and then here's our break of structure, so we should have got in about here for the short. Because that is, here's boom, liquidity sweep. There is no other fair value gaps. Besides this one here, which we should already be. If that's the case, we should already be shorting. Oh, fuck. I don't know. Hold on. This is the wrong one. This one. Right here. Fuck, I think we missed the trade. I think we just missed the fucking trade. And then, look, so here it pops up. Downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, boom. We should have entered right about here. Did we just miss it? Is that even, can you do that? Break of structure. We could target London session lows. Oh, what do we got here? Do we have a fair value gap? This is a small baby fair value gap right here. I think we got a decent amount. Oh wow, it's a fucking baby ass fair value gap. Let's see. See what we could do. The fuck did it just like have it just stopped? Oh no, it's going down. We just need to bust into this fair value gap. It better not hit me with some bullshit like the other day. It was like, it told me like unable to trade or like some bullshit happened. So I think I have like one confirmed trade on TradingView, but it was like all fucked up and it didn't go. So that was kind of pissing me off. Alright, let it fucking close in this fair value gap. Let it touch into there. Let one little candle wick fucking kiss this fair value gap. And I'm in. I'm shorting the shit out of it. So what do we have to play with? A729. Equals what is 1.5% and what is 3%? 2,610. We're risking probably 3% today. Or 13. Alright, we're just gonna fucking keep tanking. So yeah, I don't know. I probably would have fucking taken it from here. Because here's our fair value gap, and it's after the liquidity sweep. That's what we're looking for. What are you trading? S&P 500. I should have been in this trade fucking up here. Yeah, we should have been in right about here. If that's the case, we're targeting. What? We could even put 20. Dude, we could have a bigger stop loss than that. And we'd be targeting London session low. That could have been our trade for today as well. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, we're in. We are in. Let's break this shit out. Alright, we're in the trade. Let's short the fuck out of this. So, as soon as this candle closes, we're selling. Take profit. Boom. Holy fuck. Confirm. Stop loss. Oh shit, we don't have that much stop loss to play with though. Hold on, we don't got that much stop loss to play with. Tell me I'm only supposed to risk 2K? Nah. We're gonna bump that up to fuck 17 grand. Nah, there's no way. Dude, our stop loss is humongous. There's no way I'd be really trading like this for real, bro. Holy shit. We're at 17 grand stop loss. And our take profit, I mean, we're down 4K right now. Our take profit's 20 grand. It's gotta come back down. We are shorting. Like, here's our liquidity sweep. We're looking for shorts. We gotta come down. All right, we're in the money. We're in the money. Plus, all right, we're up 500. All right, not bad. Not bad. Up 900. Oh, we didn't have a break of structure. That was the last thing that we were supposed to look for. I fucked up this trade a little bit, but if this candle closes, we're in the clear. This candle closes, we are in the clear right here. That would be our break of structure. So I did miss a step. We got the fair value gap, we got the liquidity sweep, we just forgot to get the break of structure. That's the only thing. So break of structure late. I think I was too excited to get into the trade, and that's where we... Alright, it's gonna close low, there's no way. Yeah, so here's our break of structure, so we would have gotten in here. But, let's see. Short position, we got in right about here, I think. So once it closed up over here, I think we got in here. Yeah. So let this work. Oh fuck, it's going back up. Now we're back in the negatives. If we were to take this trade, we'd probably take it here. If we're waiting for that last final confirmation of break of structure. Down $2,000 just like that. We're still staying in. We got a fat stop loss. So I mean, really, if we wanted to, we could target previous highs, I guess. Oh my god, we're down $5,000. And I think that this is it's gonna take out people's stop losses. I think people have. Another thing I was trying to get at when I was trading previously is having a low stop loss or a high stop loss, because I feel like a lot of the times people get stopped out and the market's designed like that, so they know everybody's trying to, you know, play with their stop losses, and they're going to set them low. So I think they're going to just knock out their stop losses. I think a good 10%, realistically, 10% I feel like is decent. It's 8,700 though. I put mine at fucking $17,000. Oh god, dude. I'm staying in this trade though. I'm staying in it. We're targeting that London session low. It'll get there. Everything's working out. We just gotta give it time. Gotta give it space. It's gonna get down there. Minus $6,000. There's no way it can continue going up. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna crash down now. Which time frame are you using? 1 minute. But I'm also looking at, you know, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour. I'm not just basing it off of just solely 1 minute. But I am on the 1 minute time frame though. Currently. We're currently down 6,600. Oh, no, it's coming down. 5,500. think we're chilling now. Unless there's a fair value gap on that, on these green candles, and it's gonna skyrocket after this, because I do see that being a possibility right here. There could be a fair value gap here, but nah, I mean we're looking for what's it called, liquidity sweep. Boom, right here. It's got to come down. And after that we actually got in New York session, we did get a fair value gap. I saw one in London session, but I didn't want to base it just solely off of that. Which I think if we did, we'd be fine. Let's see what we could do. We'll wait it out. We are targeting London session low, so we got a lot of room to breathe. We got in just a little bit early. Fuck it, it's coming back up. That'll be the breaker structure to the upside. Alright, here we go. Oh, it didn't break structure. You see, that didn't break structure to the upside, so we're chilling. We're good. It's gonna start coming back down now. We're gonna be up now. Damn, what the fuck, it just stopped? Like, we're just gonna stop trading here? No volatility? It's just gonna be stale ass market? Hold on. Which pair is this? What do you mean by that? Like, what I used to come up with this trade? Why do I think it's gonna... Why am I shorting it? What's your question? We got a stop loss at London session high. What market are we trading? S&P 500. Fuck, dude, this chart got me fucked up, bro. Down 12 grand, bro. That is insanity. It's a USD. Oh, fucking cooked. Yo, we're fucking cooked. I think it's targeting London session high. Dude, if it hits my stop loss, I'm gonna be so fucking cooked. You want me to explain the fair value gap for you? I could. I could try. I just learned it the other day. I learned it from TJR's bootcamp. If you want to get crazy in depth into it, you could go into TJR's bootcamp, and he'll explain to you what is fair value gap. He'll probably be able to explain it better than I will, to be honest. So I'm gonna give him props because I watch a lot of his course on live. So. I know if I had a normal stop loss, I would have been stopped out. I think I might have over leveraged this. Or I should have got in way earlier. Let's see what happens. Let's see, this is gonna be a lesson, that's for sure. Why the fuck does it keep going up? This is not supposed to happen, you know? It's fucking dumb because it's like 2 candles down, 3 up. 2 candles down, 2 up. 1 candle down, 3 up. 2 candles down, and it's gonna do like 5 up, and it's gonna wreck my stop loss. Do you have any indicators on TradingView? No, not really. Just Luxalgo sessions. Just like tell what sessions open and close and stuff like that. Alright, it is dumping now. As it should have been. With what size are you in this trade? So I'm leveraged 50 to 1 and $86,000. Can you change the time frame? What for? I can, yeah. This is the 5 minute. Here's the 15 minute, and here's the 1 hour. If you're just wondering. Oh my god, why does it do that? It does 2 red candles down, and then it does like 3 or 4 green up now. Let's see what happens. Ugh. Want to see a broader view? Yeah, here's the 1 hour. I'll show you what's going on here. This is why I'm doing this trade. It's a liquidity sweep. And then when we look in the 15 minute, here's this liquidity sweep. Here's the 5 minute. Here's this liquidity sweep. I'm calling for it to go to the downside. Are you going in short? Yeah, I'm going in short. If you guys have a different strat on which way you would go, if you would go long, please tell me why. Because I'm going in short. Okay, short is fine. Just your equity is quite early, I would say. Entry is quite early. Why do you think my entry is quite early? Is it not? I mean, this is a very tiny fair value gap. I don't even know if this is valid, to be honest with you. But, maybe I need confirmation on a different fair value gap. Check if there's support it's trying to reach back to. Which support do you mean? Here, maybe? This high? Same time I am seeing. I don't know if this will help. I don't know which view you guys have on the live. Possibly here. Because it just about touched this one. Oh man, it's ripping up. Holy fuck. Wow. Yeah, there's a support there. Is that true? This is a support? This high or this high? How do you know that's a support? Is it See, I haven't learned that yet. I don't know. It did touch here, bro. Maybe some people put their stop loss here. That's why they're clipping it. So if I would have waited until it hit this support and then confirmed that it was, oh shit. Confirmed that it was going down. Where did I put my trade in now? I put my trade in here. TGR's bootcamp? Yeah, bro. TGR's bootcamp. Is this the correct spelling? No, it's like this. It's this one, bro. I literally have it open right here. It's TJR. His whole bootcamp is fucking... That's what I'm in right now. I'm actually on day 19. I just stopped it 4 minutes in because I was in this trade. I was waiting for market to open. Oh, we're so cooked. We're so cooked. We're so cooked, it's not even funny. I'm about to lose 17 grand. Oh, shit. I could have connected live with you, but not at home right now. No worries, bro. Oh my god, our stop loss is about to get smoked. Is it gonna fucking kiss London session high? I'm searching for that support I suggested. Yeah. It's about to touch London session high. I recognize it. I don't know. Ay. I fucking bumped my stop loss up to 25 grand, bro. It's a whole ass whip right there, bro. No shot. No shot. It's about to break. It's about to break out of London session. You're going to marry the stock? What are you talking about, bro? You're going to marry the stock. Oh, fuck. It hit the stop loss. I forgot to adjust it. It fucking hit the stop loss. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I forgot to adjust it, dude. Oh, shit. Just close the trade, please. Don't my brain will build a house here. Keep raising your stop loss. Stop loss hit. Oh my god, bro. Now look, it's tanking. No fucking way. Dude, I literally bumped it up and I forgot to click confirm. Oh, fuck. I can't believe that shit just happened. Wow. And now it dumps. Yeah, that's how it goes, bro. That's how it goes, bro. I gotta show you guys a meme coin that I bought yesterday. You guys are gonna laugh your ass off. So the second I bought it, it's funny because I was on Pump Fund, and the second I bought in at 20 grand, and look what happened. I bought at that red dot right there. The second I bought in, or no, I sold. Sorry, I sold at this red dot, and it fucking skyrocketed. I bought in here and I took like a 10%. You see that little green dot here? Oh shit. Green dot here. I sold here at like a 10%. What was it? A 10% loss. And then it skyrocketed, doubled the market value. It was just a shit coin. It was on Pump Fund. It doesn't really even matter. Nah, look at this. This stop loss would get smoked anyway. So I stayed in it way too long. I should have been out of the trade. Fucking minus 2 G's, like around here. But I set the stop loss like extremely high, and that's what happens. So I got stopped out. Wow. Name on you sold it at a loss. Yeah, I did on that meme coin. I did. Yeah, I sold at 10% loss, and then it fucking doubled the market cap. Somebody put in a stupid amount of money. All right, yeah, we'll leave this be. Look, it's even rocketing up even more. So I don't know what happened here. Maybe we could try and see. We can try and see if we fucked up. We could have put maybe a. I'm gonna have to look at this chart later. That sucks. That really sucks. Well, whatever. That's it. We're learning. So let's scalp trade. You sold it, yeah. Let's scalp trade. What's scalp trading? But anyway, since we fucked our trade up for the day, let's go into day 19 boot camp. How to read news data.
You can see, like, even on GJ.
Shit. My mic died.
Okay. Oops. If we go into the lower time frames, we can see how large these wicks are. Like, boom. This is for even a probability day to trade, right? We have 3 red folders. We know that CPI news data causes havoc in the market, right? If we look, we can see, like, even on GJ.
Yeah, you're right. Expensive lessons are the best trading. Scalp trading is quick trading. Yeah, I'm trying to do quick trading, bro. I'm not trying to sit in markets for 10 years, you know?
Oops. If we go into the lower time frames, we can see how large these wicks are. Like, boom. This is right when CPI came out. Massive wick. Let's look at gold. Right? This is during CPI. Massive wick. Like, this is not price action that you are able to trade. It is unprobable price action. So why do we want to wait until after news on red folder days? Because news is going to drastically affect the market. And the nice thing about this is, let's say we only have 1 red folder. And I'm okay with trading on red folder days. It just depends on which ones. Okay, so let's say we have a red folder day and we see the market and we wait for news to come out, and news comes out, we let price develop, and news doesn't affect the market that much. Then I will be okay trading. Right? If news doesn't affect the market for like after like 15 or 20 minutes after it comes out, so at like 8:45 or like at 8:50, if news didn't affect the market, I would have been okay to trade. But knowing CPI always affects the market. Okay, so that's my kind of overall rule with news. Red and orange folders, always wait for news to come out let price develop, see if it drastically affected the market, you know, with large wicks, large moves, okay? And if it does that, don't trade, okay? Do not trade. And if it doesn't, okay, you can potentially look for a trade, but still be playing on that defensive side, still be playing with that patience in mind, knowing that, hey, today will probably be a lower probability day. I should probably risk less. I should probably reduce my risk. I should probably be looking to not trade unless market gives me a great opportunity. And most of the time, it won't give you a great opportunity. So de-risk yourself from the market when
I
there's
will
big
be
news.
back later. Bye, bro. I'll see you.
Okay, there's a couple news events that I always avoid. You guys should write these down. CPI, PPI, FOMC, and NFP. Those four. CPI, which happened today. PPI, which is happening tomorrow. FOMC, which is also happening tomorrow. And then NFP, non-farm payroll. Anything that says non-farm employment, non-farm payroll, nope, no go. Okay, those four I do not trade whatsoever. Okay, so I won't be trading tomorrow. The following day, this day, I don't want to trade. I probably won't trade on Thursday either, because look, we have 1 red folder, 2 red folder, 3 red folder, 4 red folder, orange folder, another orange folder, a fucking red folder, and then an orange folder, okay? And all of these are for USD. So if anything, I'll probably only be looking at like GJ on Thursday. Right, because all of these are USD pairs, and all the pairs that I trade are USD besides JPY. Okay, and again, I'll look at the market after 8:30, right, and see how price develops after all this news comes out, and I'll make a decision, right? Because this isn't CPI, this isn't PPI, this isn't FOMC, and this isn't non-farm payroll. However, this is a lot of red folders. So low probability, de-risk, see what happens to the market. If it makes a big move, we're done. Okay, on Friday, this is a perfect example of when I would trade and how I would trade news. We have news that comes out 30 minutes into market open. Market opens at 9:30 for me. Boom, news comes out at 10. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit on my hands, fucking tuck that shit under my ass, and I will not trade until 10 a.m. hits. And I still won't trade until like 10:30 hits, because we need price to develop and we need to see what happens with consumer sentiment. And even then, will I be, actively trying to make a lot of money? No, I definitely won't. Why? Because this entire week is flooded with news. This entire week has so much news. Okay, so it's best to sit on your hands. Don't trade in improbable conditions. Be patient. Remember, this is what we talked about. Be patient. Look for a reason not to trade, not a reason to trade, okay? And it will benefit you. All right,
Okay.
so now we know what news events to avoid, and now we know that we should wait if we do want to trade news, or if we're looking to potentially take a trade and we know that there is news that day and it isn't one of those 4 events. We wait for news to come out, we wait to see the data, and we'll talk about how to read the news data right now. And then we wait for
Damn, so you said look for a reason not to trade, which I was looking for a reason to trade, and we lost fucking 20 grand? 20 grand it was. Yep. That fucking sucks. I guess we could have taken it here. Targeted this low. So if we did take our trade here to hit this low, then to hit this low. So yeah, I guess we could have taken the trade in London sessions gap right here. Could be 25k, yeah. It's all good. Damn, that fucking sucks. Whatever.
15, 20, 30 minutes. Okay,
I think looking back at it, what could we have done? We could have gotten in here early, right when the market opened. And then we could have taken this all the way down because we had a low here, a low here, a low here, and a low here. Could have taken it down here. And let's see. If we broke out of here, okay, we got a green candle, we'd stay in. Unless it turned green here, then we'd probably dip. Stay in, stay in, stay in. Green candle, okay. Green candle here. Oh, green candle just broke structure. We'd probably exit out of here. And that would have been our trade for the day. Fuck. We'll look back at it again. That's the whole reason why we're doing this shit. We're learning.
Let price develop, and then we can look to take a trade. Cool. Cool. Now let's talk about how to read news data. So Forex Factory makes this shit super easy. So the nice thing about this, we see CPI month to month, CPI year to year, core CPI month to month. Okay? As you can see, right here, we have the forecast.
Let me make some changes real quick. Forex Factory. Trade of 8. Trade Minder. That should be it.
Which is what people in the news is predicting, right? Like CNN, Fox News, whatever. This is what Forex Factory is predicting the news will be, right? This is what everyone is predicting, right? And these numbers are the actual news data that ends up coming out, okay? So when we see these numbers and they're different than the forecast and they're different than what people are expecting, we can open up this little folder. You just click the little folder and it brings you a bunch of data. Okay, we can see where it's coming from. Bureau of Labor Statistics, no one gives a fuck. Okay, measures, what is this talking about? Change in the price of goods and services purchased by people. So when you go to the grocery store, what are you buying, right? This is pretty much what it's measuring. Okay, this is the only thing that I care about, the usual effect, right? Because this will tell you the news bias. And that doesn't mean that should be your bias for the day. That's just telling you what the news came out as. So what was the forecast? 0.2. And also before the news comes out, this actual spot is blank. Okay, this is because news already came out, right? If we go and look at tomorrow, right, we see that it's blank. And if we click on this, right, we don't know what the news data is yet. Okay, but we have this one. So we see what is the usual effect. If the actual, right, it literally gives it to you. If actual is greater than the forecast, then it is good for the currency. Hold on though. Okay? This is where it gets tricky. Some of you guys might, it needs to take some time to understand this. For me, it makes complete sense, but some of you guys, it might take some time. Good for the currency. What does that mean? Does that mean good for the S&P 500? No! No!
What the fuck is going on over here?
It does not mean good for the S&P 500. Is the S&P 500 the U.S. currency? No. The S&P 500 is not the currency, bruh. What is the currency? The dollar, the DXY. And what do we know about the DXY? When the DXY goes up, anything against the dollar goes down. So gold, where's GU? GU, the S&P will follow down. So when it's good for the currency, when that means good for the dollar, that means bad.
How am I doing? I'll show you how I'm doing, bro. Fucking 20 grand gone is how I'm doing. Not good. Not good, bro.
Bad for SPX, bad for gold, bad for GU, bad for EU, bad for AUD USD, bad for fucking anything against the US dollar. Good for the US dollar means bad for anything against it. That even goes for crypto.
It's all good, bro.
BTC slash USD, anything XXX slash USD, bad. SPX, bad. Good for the dollar, bad for SPX. Hopefully that gets it across. Okay, so when we see this, greater than forecast is good for currency. It was less than forecast, okay? All right? It was less than forecast. Okay? We see the DXY rally, bad for fucking, we see the fucking S&P fall. Okay, if we go on this, same shit. Greater than forecast, good for currency. Okay? Cool. Okay? And that doesn't mean that the chart is going to follow, right? Because we can see today, right? Greater than forecast, good for currency. It was less than the forecast. But what happened to DXY? It's fucking pumping, right? Right here, this candle is when the news came out. This is all that news did, right? We see, bad for the currency because the forecast was actually less. The actual was actually less than the forecast. We dropped down, but then what did DXY do? Rallies. It rallied. That's why we can't necessarily trust news bias, because price action is superior. That's why we have to wait for news to come out. Okay? Right? We see that it was less than forecast. Right? So that means it would be bad for the currency. We see DXY right when news comes out with this candle, it dumps, right? Bad for currency, boom, falls. What happened to the S&P 500? Fucking rallied, right? Where did it come out with news? Right here, look.
Oh,
boom.
shit.
Rallies.
So, this is what we had. Market opened at 8:30 a.m. 9 a.m. ISM services. What the fuck just happened? Boom. I don't know if anybody's trading today, so the red folder. CPI effects. I think CPI spoke at 1:30 a.m. 7:15 a.m. ADP. Non-farm employment change. Fuck. That shit's crazy. Crude oil investors or inventories. No shit. So I think I fucked up because I didn't look at the news. And what happened? Dude, this shit's fucking rocketing. Holy shit. I got smoked is what happened. Ouch. Yeah, not good. Not good. And that's what happened.
High. Okay, but that doesn't necessarily show you guys where market wants to go for the day. Right? Where did market end up going? Dollar ended up rallying. The dollar ended up eating up this news drop. So that's why we need to wait for news. Okay? So, good for currency, bad for the S&P 500. Okay? Same thing with these GBP stuff. Okay? However, we need to understand, right? Understand your currency pairs. If it is XXX/USD, right, and we have something that is good for the US dollar, whatever that pair is, it will go down because it's against the US dollar, right? So if it's the Great British Pound against the US dollar and the US dollar benefits, then what does that mean? That means the pound against the dollar will fall because the US dollar is going to be stronger than the pound. Can you get, like, are we comprehending? Are we good with that? Write that down. Rewind that. Watch it again because, like, sometimes, I don't know what it is about reading news, but some people, like, I try and explain this as simple as possible, but some people still don't understand it. Okay? So that's against the US dollar. Now hold on. This is where you might start bugging out. Really focus, okay? What about GBP slash XXX, right? When there's news for Great British Pound, right? Look at how these pairs are set up, right? If we drag this over, what does it say? GBP JPY. That means, right, literally, Great British Pound against the yen. So for the news for Great British Pound, when we see, okay, less than forecast is good for currency, we had less than forecast, that means it's good for currency. That means if it's good for the pound, then anything pound against XXX will go up. It's different than against the US dollar, right? So if we have news for GBP, right? This one, for example, less than forecast, good for currency, good for the Great British Pound. If it's the pound against the dollar and the pound gets good news, good for that currency, then that pair is going to go up, right? But if it's whatever currency against the US dollar, right? It depends on what side of the parentheses, what side of the slash it is, right? Pound against the dollar, right? Versus, right, yeah, like pound against the dollar versus like USD JPY, okay, would be different for this, right? Because that's USD against the yen. Are we understanding that? We have to understand what side of the slash we are on. We have to understand that we are literally comparing two currencies. It's a fraction. So the pound is on top, USD is on the bottom, right? So if we get good news for what's on top, that means up, up, up. If we get bad news for shit that's on the bottom, that means up, up, up. If we get good news for what's on the bottom, that means down, down, down. If we get bad news for what's on top, that means down, down, down. Is that making sense? Ready? We'll literally write this down. Does that make sense? And then we'll do a contrasting one like USD JPY.
GBP bad for currency, price goes down. USD good for currency, price. USD good for currency, price goes down.
That makes sense.
USD bad for currency. Price goes down. JPY good for currency. Price goes up. JPY good for currency, price goes down. Okay, so good for currency, price goes up. Good for currency, price goes down, goes down, goes up. Goes up, goes down, goes down, goes up.
Okay. So whatever is on top, it's positive correlation. Whatever's on bottom, it's just inversed. Okay, so if it's good for currency on whatever is on the back end of the slash, it's inverse. Okay, so if we get good for currency on the US dollar, price is going to go down. If we get bad for currency on the US dollar, price is going to go up. Versus here on if USD is on the other side, if we get USD good for currency, price is going to go up. If we get USD bad for currency, price goes down. Screenshot this, put this in your notes, do whatever you have to do. That's how we find our news bias. Is news bias end all be all? No, it just helps us understand fucking news data. Okay? Cool. We got it. We locked in. Awesome. That's how you read news. And that's how you should trade news, right? Wait for news data to come out. If it's CPI, PPI, FOMC, or NFP, just call it quits, bro. Sleep in. Live to trade another day. Don't lose your money. You're trading in unprobable conditions. CPI, PPI, FOMC, right? Wait for news data to come out. If it's CPI, PPI, FOMC, or NFP, just call it quits, bro. Sleep in. Live to trade another day. That's how you read news. And that's how you should trade news, right? Wait for news data to come out. If it's CPI, PPI, FOMC, or NFP, just call it quits, bro. Sleep in. Live to trade another day. Don't lose your money. You're trading in unprobable conditions. Odds are you're not profitable already, so that means you have a below a 50% chance to win the trade in the first place because you're not profitable. Okay? Along with news coming out, gives you a lower probability of winning.
Bro, the way that this shit just played out as far as, like, I had to be somewhere today, that canceled. So I went on the market, decided to trade. The placement of this video in the time of, you know, how a lot of news came out today, 2 red folders and CPI folder. I got smoked. It all, like, worked out. Like, dude, what the fuck? This is like the second or third time bro called this shit out.
Because
like,
you
it's
don't know
crazy.
how to trade, and you have an improbable news event coming out into the market. Terrible decision to trade. And you wonder why you guys lose money in these markets. Literally had this discussion with my Discord this morning. I literally had a Zoom call with my Discord telling them, literally I did a Zoom call. I told them I was going to trade, and I did a Zoom call just so I could tell them not to trade. I'm trying to save y'all bread, man. Hopefully this video helped you understand news within the market. Hopefully you guys understand how to read news within the market with this stuff now. And hopefully you guys can set up your Forex factory and make sure you guys are checking this every single morning before you guys trade, because you don't want to get caught taking a trade and the next thing you know, news comes out 5 minutes later, stops you out, makes you lose a bunch of money. Cool. With that being said, you guys now know how to read news. You now know how to find a news bias. You now know what news not to trade. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out, bitches.
Damn, dude. That's fucking crazy. The timing is just nuts. That's what's blowing my mind right now. All right, then. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I got smoked in the live market, and yeah, that's gonna have to be it. So we'll see y'all on the next one. I'll be live again soon, and yeah, hopefully next time we go and do a paper trade, we will actually come out on top, because I am now down to 69,000 out of 100,000 on this paper trading account, and yeah, no good. All right, bro, or chat, or whoever's in the live. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now to not miss the next stream. This stream went pretty damn good, 585 views so far. Yesterday's stream killed it. I had almost 1,200 views, so there's some progress. Learned something new today. Took a loss, which is fine, but we'll get back.